And now in December, the guild experts, they are suggesting you please increase the price because of this low price. You are facing some heat also. People are not taking you seriously. They are not taking you seriously.
Correct.
So, but our answer to this is that from business perspective, if you look at it, in our country, the number is very large, very huge. Even with this price, it is quite feasible that there we can see some business aspect and business proposition in this. It
Correct.
is not a lose-lose game or win-lose game. It is a win-win proposition.
Correct.
They will gain, we will gain. So
Correct.
how do you see this from business perspective?
See, the number was a very competitive number.
Hmm.
I feel that we got the 600 number was a hugely competitive pricing number, and it also had the social angle to it,
Right.
and uh, and with economies of scale, if we could scale up to certain numbers, then this would have become hugely profitable as well.
Yeah.
With the COVID and Zoom combination, this would have been a hugely enhanced, you know,
Hmm.
I would say model,
Yeah.
marketing model and pricing model.
Right.
But of course, lots of people believe that premium products cost more.
Hmm.
So, as some of the feedback has come that there are enough of MBA graduates who know a lot of things conceptually, but they have not implemented any of that in a practical environment.
Hmm.
Where Moshy has the Mr. Moshy Mission comics,
Moshi
the
Management Comics.
management comics, the management of the organization which Mr. Moshy represents. Everything has been blended together to create that realistic environment.
Yeah.
What happens when a politician enters your CEO's office?
Hmm.
How
In
does
the
your
first comics.
how does the CEO respond?
Right.
And with subtle humor
Hmm.
to protect his organization. Because remember, that man is very powerful.
Hmm.
And yet, you win him over without any pecuniary benefit, no money exchange, nothing, only wit. So these are hugely interesting situational leadership environment created
Right.
and
Yeah.
challenged. The challenge was upfront on the participants. Now, do tell me what is it that you're going to do?
Hmm. Right.
What is it that you're going to do as a leader? What is it that you're going to do as a leader who is training his second in command?
Hmm. Do you think, I have a question. Do you think uh, realistic learning can be offered by offering content, fluid content, not structured content? More structured content means you are not offering realistic learning. It is artificial learning. You are creating a situation. But when the moment it becomes fluid, like a story, comics story, it becomes fluid. And then it gets closer to the realistic situation, more realistic. Do you think that?
See, fluid is associated with the word water.
Ah.
Anything that is associated with water is going to be very difficult.
Hmm.
Water doesn't respect anybody.
Hmm.
It doesn't respect.
But source of life, yet source of life.
Yes, without water, all of us will cease to exist.
Yeah,
We are
yeah,
70% water.
yeah,
Earth is 70% water.
yeah.
Look at the ratio. The ratio is the same.
Yes.
And what is happening is that fluidity is one of the toughest aspects of any design.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
That is what.
if you
Hmm.
remember, we have put 70-30 ratio by
Yes, I
design.
forgot that. Yes. Yes, that
By
is one of
design,
the USPs. Yeah.
by design, we have put 30% of assignments, situations, responses,
And
depending on the responses of the
scope
past.
of creativity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have incorporated that in the design itself of
Mm,
these classes.
mm,
So fluidity is very tough. Your Dali tried to show fluidity.
mm,
Nobody else could replicate it.
mm,
And how did he show fluidity? Because he ensured that the watch melts.
mm.
Only then he could create a virtual memory of his so that he could create the watch flowing down.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm
absolutely.
just I'm sorry I'm
No,
walking
no,
into
no.
your domain,
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
but
You are right. So,
fluidity is one of the, and to be honest, in 27 years of design, I continue to design courses even today. I've designed two courses as
right,
of yesterday.
right.
Fluidity is one of the toughest elements that
Mm,
can be incorporated in any design.
right.
And we have tried that
We
along
have
with
tried that.
invasive.
In along with invasive. Yes, yes, right.
So in my last paper, I wrote about invasive and why.
Mm,
Edutainment is part of invasive.
yeah,
Moshy is part of invasive.
invasive. Yeah,
And creating situations where the person will be sitting in a real life environment is invasive.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So everybody is moving towards invasive without knowing what is invasive.
Right.
So today, Meta is coming
Mm,
to create a virtual environment
mm,
without the educational elements in it.
right.
So, of course, we cannot talk about what is going to happen 5 years hence,
Yeah,
but invasive has is there to stay.
right.
There is no
Absolutely.
doubt about it.
Yeah. So we somehow, somewhere we, and naturally we feel very strongly that business angle is very sound associated with MWM. Now we shift to the last segment, reflection. So now we are completing our first level one first batch, which is
Mhm.
started on 24th January, inaugurated on 15th of January 2021. So there were different types of reasons. Some joined in with different mindset, different expectations mismatch also happened. But some came with the expectation, but they found this learning very new kind of learning, and perhaps they were a little skeptical whether this is going to help me have my job, my career goal achieved or not. This kind of learning, because this learning has a different environment. We use PPTs, we don't use books, textbooks. R is very dynamic. We change plans quickly. 30% fluidity means we always evaluate each session and subsequently change the lesson plan also.
Correct.
So, and plus, we are not very strict about everything. Rules are not there. So children are coming, we encourage them to participate. Sometimes, although we have mechanism to make them little disciplined, but no, we are not following the conventional discipline model of education. So maybe these things are new things people are
Um, Correct. The the didactic approach where I am telling you, you do it. You
right,
better do it. Otherwise, I will punish you. Has to go.
right, right.
Why does it have to go?
Hmm.
Because we have to move out of a police state.
Yeah,
If there is
right.
a danda, we'll do it. If there is no danda, we'll not do it.
Hmm.
Then where's the
Hmm.
wisdom?
Yeah,
So if the wisdom is there, then there is a balance. Then there is, irrespective of the situation, you'll do something which is predictable on the basis of logic and sound thinking.
yeah,
It is not because you're going to be part of a huge crowd and there is this, leaders shouting and saying, now we are going to attack the bastions of the empire and the imperial crown will come crumbling down. No,
mm,
that is very good. Those days are over. Now we have
mm,
to say that how are we going to be better as humans?
mm. Right.
How are we going to be wise? And how to create situations where we will learn how to practice wisdom.
Mm,
We don't have any space to practice wisdom.
mm,
Our television, our media doesn't allow us to practice wisdom.
mm.
Our political environment doesn't allow us to practice wisdom.
Right.
Our education system doesn't allow us to practice wisdom
Right.
because we don't go into deep learning.
Right.
We don't know how to do exception handling.
Yeah.
We don't know how to judge.
Yeah.
How is a judge going to take a decision?
Yeah.
Only on precedents and laws. What is the use of that guy sitting at the judge's seat? And what is his ability to have his or her discretion?
Mm,
Who will decide his discretion?
mm,
Wisdom will decide his discretion.
mm. Right.
And there is no course on earth which trains a person on how to use discretion.
Mm.
And these are lofty goals, I would say. It is tough.
Is it right to say that there is no course available on Earth? Maybe there is something we don't know.
Maybe, but as far as I know, we had done a lot of research.
We have done research, but still we are saying, ki, okay, maybe we have not
We
reached
have
to
not
that
found.
level.
Yeah,
We have
we
not
have not
found.
found. And
Uh,
if there are such courses, then they should be talked about.
mm.
They should
Yes.
not be hidden under the carpet.
Yeah.
They we are
No,
apologetic about these courses.
maybe they are also struggling the way we are struggling due to lack of resource and money and all.
Maybe
Maybe.
because because these are tough things. These are tough things. Why does a person leave a course like this?
Mm,
Because what we are trying to achieve is attitudinal changes,
mm,
systemic changes in a
mm,
mind.
mm,
Systemic changes take time when you are
mm,
non-invasive.
mm,
Otherwise, you can be a Nazi and it will be implemented in 30 seconds.
mm, mm,
But we are not Nazis. We are trying to be as expansive, follow the principles that we are trying to espouse.
mm,
We don't follow the principles which we are recommending on others, then somebody will point fingers. Bhaiya, apna rules different. Your rules are different for yourselves, and the rules for us are all for wisdom.
mm.
So we are using that to implement a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
So it is both ways, like we talked about PCA.
Yeah. So is it, there is one more question. Whenever I reflect, I am very sure, and we are very sure that it is definitely going to reach the destination as set forth. But the journey, why is it slightly slower than expected? Because the ecosystem, the old ecosystem is so thick, which is not letting this new ecosystem to fit in. Is it also working the same way? Means ecosystem, I mean our education system, 70 or 100-year-old education system, where everybody has been, we all are used to of it. We see education this way only. And a new system which is trying to settle down or find a space within. It is difficult for MWL to find a place within and create a presence. Or, I don't know.
I don't know actually. If you go back to 2020 when we had MDS, Moshy Digital Sabhas, where we
Sabas,
got
yeah.
some of the most experienced professors of the industry, of the academia, the
Mm.
entire academic representations. I think we got at least 20 to 30 professors.
Wherein 30 professors were there. They
So
appeared.
each one of them, mind you, said that we need this.
Yeah, yeah. That is incredible. Yeah.
So if professors, there was one vice chancellor also,
Ah, two were
two vice
vice
chancellors.
chancellors. Yeah.
So I remember one. So
Mm,
what he said, he said that I had this person visiting us, and he was a PhD student, and suddenly the electricity in my house just went off. I
mm,
told him that why don't you go and fix the fuse?
mm,
So the PhD student turned around and said, "What is a fuse?"
Mm.
So this example is quoted, recorded by a ex-vice chancellor of a
Right,
university.
right. Yeah,
It is into my head. How
yeah,
could anybody do this?
yeah,
He says, I do not want PhD students who do not have practical ability.
yeah,
And that is why he said that MWL will work.
yeah,
You understand what I'm trying to do?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
We
there
had
are data
discussed
points.
about this.
There are
Yeah,
data points which are
yeah,
already there. And yes, it is no, it is the very academic experts, the professors, the vice chancellors who have endorsed it most willingly.
yeah.
One conversation and they said it's good.
Yeah. In fact, when we were doing the Moshy Digital Sabhas and inviting all these experts and teachers, principals, parents, and students, we were very open. We never
Correct,
wanted to, we wanted to hear them. We wanted to see their views, observation, and true feeling, true
correct,
observation,
correct,
true feedback. Yes,
correct.
you are right. So we never forced or guided anyone.
So as a result, to your question, it is not imposition of this on the current academic space.
Hmm.
It is just that the academic space is so full of themselves and their toes. The academic world is busy with themselves. So they don't care what is happening outside and they don't even give any importance. ठीक है, अच्छा है, everything is good. But
Hmm.
what we have to do, I think, is that because it is so new and so different, people also react to predictable outcomes.
Hmm.
So this is creating unpredictable outcomes on the basis of what they have known and learned over the years of their lives.
Hmm.
So what is unpredictable outcome? How can you be creative and dependable?
Hmm.
So our commitment is that you have to be creative,
Right,
yet dependable, and not
right,
only dependable,
right.
credible.
Yeah, credible is more important. Yeah,
So you have to create something which is new and it has to be incredible actually.
yeah, incredible. Yeah,
So
right.
we remove the in so that it is credible in the larger context by becoming incredible.
Yes, yes. And
We had
last
a
thing,
long conversation on this.
yeah, we had. In fact, the one of the star points of MWL is invention.
Correct.
We are going to on the last level, 12th standard, level 4. We are going to help participant, guide them, facilitate them to go for invention. And that is where we are offering them problems, we are offering them processes. We are also going to evaluate good problems and good solutions. And we have tied up with an organization who is going to uh, protect these inventions formally in in Indian law. They are going to get the protection of their invention. And tomorrow, if any invention gets implemented in the society, the direct benefit will go to the student participant.
Correct.
Because country needs lots of tangible inventions today
Absolutely.
to enhance the economy. Because
Absolutely.
economy is enhanced or made make powerful through inventions. So that is one element which we have not yet tested very because
Um,
it's level one only.
no, no, it
That
is
is the
it is
reason.
correct. It is correct. But there are two aspects to being creative.
Mm.
For instance, as we were designing MWL,
Mm.
we created patents.
Yeah,
So while designing MWL, we practiced.
yeah, yeah. Very
So
good.
it is not that it is only in delivery of the course that patents are happening. It is also in the design of the course that patents are
Yes,
happening.
yes,
And patents collectively will lead towards inventions.
right.
And
Absolutely.
credibility and incredible creativity will cause inventions.
Yeah.
So by
Right.
default, we are heading towards that through creativity, because the most creative people are the ones who are eventually the inventors.
Mm, right.
They are not
Absolutely.
only artists, but they are
No,
inventors
no,
too.
creative. They are creative by
Creative.
thinking. Yeah,
Yes,
creative by thinking. They identify their own corner to excel in. They dare to find a new path and explore it.
you are
So
doing those Thursday sessions.
acte defoy.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
where did that go? What is it doing? The other
it
day,
is
one of the
actually.
outcomes of your students from those sessions,
Hmm,
I said that, hey, Ashish, how did you do this? This looks very good, but this, please change this
hmm,
if you don't mind.
hmm.
So Ashish said, please, I did not do this. This is my student who has done it after a Thursday of.
Yeah. Okay, the outcome, creative work, some composition you had reflected. Yeah, yeah.
So
10th
last night,
standard student
last
had
10
created.
students
Yeah, yeah.
that did that, and it is immensely creative, simple, easy to understand, and self-explanatory. I don't need to go to anybody to understand that.
Right.
So there is the dependable, responsible, credible, and incredible outcome. I couldn't believe it was one of the students, by the way.
Yeah, you thought
I
I have
thought it was a,
created.
yeah,
Yeah, that is what very good. So conclusion is this: what I feel. First of all, thank you for taking out time. Now we have one big task as we have scheduled. Next month, once 27th is the last session of L1, first batch. The next month, Guild will evaluate our course curriculum.
correct, correct.
And if they find it as appropriate and creative and just in time,
Mhm.
then they are going to certify it. So
Correct.
once certification happens, then we'll perhaps we'll achieve another milestone. So
Mhm.
this is what is. Thank you very much. Very good. Very interesting discussion happened. I think we covered everything as a schedule, everything.
I hope
Because
so.
these information has given us opportunity to reflect and recall all interesting learning that we have had in the past 10.5 months. Plus, it is going to share this information is going to be shared with the external crowd audience. They are part of us.
Correct.
So they will also get to learn what we have done in past 3 years and what is our vision, where are we heading to. So
Absolutely.
very good, fantastic. Thank you and good night.
Thank you. And you take care. Good night. All
Bye
the
bye
best.
bye.
Bye bye.